𝙒𝙗𝙧𝙩 Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community, from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with 𝙒𝙗𝙧𝙩 Media Network.
The following program is produced by 𝙒𝙗 Media Network. The views and opinions expressed in this program are solely those of the individuals appearing on the show and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 𝙒𝙗 Media Network, its affiliates, sponsors, or partners. The content provided in this program is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. 𝙒𝙗 Media Network does not guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or timeliness of the information.
Question, what's the craziest thing I've done for love? I think tonight we are actually talking about a very, very interesting topic. Hello.
All right. Yes.
Hi, good evening again, everyone, and welcome to Be Bold.
Why not?
It's our ninth
Is it ninth?
episode
Yes,
of
wow.
season 2. Wow.
So fast.
I know, right? Yeah, so you're watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, and stream.lawin.live. So good evening to all our viewers and to all our viewers from the Philippines. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. We are so glad that you're joining us again tonight. It's going to be a really interesting night.
Oh, yeah.
As we're going to take them on a journey to
Just what happens to us. Like I feel like you live like a very eventful life.
yes.
And like me too sometimes. And like, yeah, we're let's catch up and let's talk about like each other and what have we learned so far and what do we want to learn on the next episodes. And if you're watching live right now, yeah, comment and like tell us what you've learned so far in our shows and what you want to learn in the future.
Yes,
Yeah.
and if you miss our live show, you can actually listen to our podcasts. Where?
Yeah, we
Christian?
have them on Apple, Google, Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Pandora, Podcast Index, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, Pocket Cast. Yeah.
Yes, and we always have a game that we have on the show, and we still have some winners that we haven't heard from. We're waiting for you to send your information so we can send your prizes. So
Yeah, and this is
Yeah.
very secure. Like, don't worry, this is not a scam. People have won and people have received stuff. So yeah, like don't worry if you get like an email from at MJ or one of our
VAs.
yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. Yeah, actually, I still have to get that price because I know Rachel something. We tried to contact her, but we couldn't see her information on YouTube or on the Facebook. So I actually got with Dr. Carly, and she knows her personally. So I need to get her a price.
Nice.
And then for the other two, we're still waiting for your information so we can send your prices. But let's show them the mechanics of the game.
All right.
How to join the game. 1. Watch the live show and listen to the conversation. 2. Participate and share your experiences on the topic during the live show. 3. Type your thoughts or experience via comment section. 4. All participants are eligible to win a prize. 5. The more you comment, the greater your chances of winning. 6. We will use Wheel of Names to determine the lucky
Oh, yeah.
We were just talking about like what like different terms in Filipino.
Yeah.
And like turns out when I say like someone doesn't show up, I
Yeah.
say like hindi siya sumusupot. What do
No.
you say?
It's sumisipot.
Oh,
Yes,
well, That's why people have been laughing at me when I say it.
Yes, Christian, you are so funny. That's what, like, what is that?
That's why.
Sipot, like
Kaya
hindi
pala.
siya
Kaya
sumipot.
pala tawa sila ng tawa.
So crazy. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so yeah, tonight we're just gonna talk about what we, Christian and I, have been up to,
Mm-hmm.
right? And hopefully we can, make or give some inspiration to our viewers. So as you have seen in the mechanics of the show, the more comments you have, the higher chances of you winning a prize. So, to all our viewers, please participate. Make sure that you put your comments, shout outs, if you have any questions, if you hear something interesting that we're saying, and if you want to share your own stories and your own experiences, then feel free. Feel free to give your comments. Would love for you to participate in the show. This is what we're here for.
Yeah. And yeah, I feel it's just the two of us this show because supposedly we were supposed to have someone on the flyers. We have Miss Rowena Watters from Dallas, but I guess she has like a prior appointment. She can't make it tonight, so it's
Yes.
us.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we miss you, Miss Rowena, but we would love for you to come back in the show maybe in some other time when you are more free, because we know
Mm-hmm.
how busy you are being a state president, and I know you're trying to do some community service
Yes.
and trying to run for office and all
Mm-hmm.
that, and we understand how busy life could be. So, but we wish you luck in everything that you're doing, and we just want to shout out to you. Thank you. I know you were here in the previous
Mm-hmm.
episode, and we just wanted to come back, because we feel like we still have a lot of things to
Yes.
ask you, and I bet our viewers would still want to really learn more about you and what you do in the community and everything else. So maybe next time you'll have more time for
Yeah.
for us.
Now
So
all my questions are gonna be pointed to you. So at MJ, why did you decide to run for office?
what kind of office? Well, I run the house, that's for sure.
Oh wow, dictatorship. That's what happened.
I run the house. But anyway, Christian, so what were you up to this weekend?
Uh, well, we did the uh,
Quick,
Women's Month
yeah.
event from the Philippine Chamber of Commerce,
Mm-hmm.
and we actually were in the kitchen of the Adobo Queen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
we were with Tita Nancy Lumen,
Uh-huh.
and she cooked for us. Earlier, we were talking about like what we did, and Attorney Eileen already tried it at her home. So
Yes.
yeah, we learned about how litid, litid,
Yes.
like
Oh,
the
the collagen.
collagen. That's, I guess that's scientific term. I have like very like Kanto
I
terms.
love that. I like it.
I thought it was
Yeah.
unhealthy. I thought it was like fat or
Mm-hmm.
taba. Turns
Mm-hmm.
out it's healthy and it's good
Mm-hmm.
for your skin,
Your
your
skin, your
hair.
hair, and yeah. So it's good. It's good, and it's good when you what. So what type or what recipe
Oh
did
yeah.
she cook out of the litid or out of
We
collagen?
we made pares. So yeah, and then
Oh,
another one which is like basically bulalo but without the bone. So it's just
uh-huh.
deleted, and
Ooh, I
yeah,
love
so it's
that.
nice.
Oh, I missed it. I missed it.
Yeah, I helped her cook too. So if you wanna follow us, if you wanna see how I failed, then I almost chopped my fingers, and basically I don't know how to cook. So if you wanna watch me fail, I feel like I'm becoming the universal co-host.
Yes, Christian definitely is everywhere.
Watch.
Like, yeah, he fills in for everybody. And just let them know. Next week, be sure to be here, because the adobo queen will be our guest.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
yes. So you're gonna learn how to cook the litid or
yeah.
the collagen and other stuff. That's why she's called the adobo queen, because
Hmm.
she's got the best recipe for adobo. And adobo is like the most popular Filipino dish out there.
And I know everyone's gonna say like, "Oh, my mom cooks better adobo and stuff," but actually, what she's trying to do is like compile different recipes of adobo and like
Mm-hmm.
and actually validate that everyone has different recipes, and everyone's recipe is good. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not like a competition, right? It's
It's
actually
not.
like
Yeah.
we should be proud of how diverse different recipes of adobo could be.
Yes, and nowadays it's really like fusion. It's
Mm-hmm.
like fusion of different
Yeah.
types of cuisine and all that. And adobo is just one of those dishes that you actually can cook it in so many different ways. I
Mm-hmm.
myself and my husband, we have different ways of cooking adobo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like me, I usually put everything and then just let it simmer. And
Oh.
I like it though when like the oil will also disappear, like
Oh
dissipate.
wow.
Like I want it without much soup. There are people that
Oh.
have soup when they cook adobo,
I
and I
like
don't
it with
like
a
it.
little sauce.
Well,
Not like soup.
with sauce, yeah, but not soup. But my husband, we know what he does. He's like the same thing. He boils and simmers and all that, but also he fries it in the end,
Yes, in its
and
own
it's so
oil.
good. Yes, it's so good. Or he puts it in the air fryer after you
Nice.
boil it, and then because
Oh.
it already absorbed all the flavor, like right of all the spices, and then you just put it in the wow, it's like a
Does
cooking
it
show
become
tonight.
crispy?
Yeah, and then you put it on the air fryer, and
Wow.
it's just so good. Yeah, so see, we all have different ways of cooking adobo, and
Yeah.
everything is so good. It's just so good. Anyways, we want to encourage our viewers again. If you have your own way of cooking adobo, we would love to know it too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wanna
Yes.
cheat? Because I usually like Google also like
Uh-huh.
panlasang Pinoy Ninong Rai, like all the Filipino YouTubers out there.
Yes, yes, that's right. So,
What
yeah.
did you do? Wait, what did you do after that? Well, basically, I went to
Okay.
Austin for Kalahari. It's like an indoor water park with my family, so I spent Easter there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what
Mm-hmm.
did you do this weekend?
Well, first off, I just want to say I'm so happy because my son EJ is home.
Mm.
Yeah, he came home for Easter, and he's gonna be here until till Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just so glad because he's home. So that's one thing. That's the first thing I'm very grateful of. Because an attitude of gratitude. So
Oh, oh, we're starting. We're starting.
yes. And I think I've mentioned in the previous episodes that I was going to go to Miami, Florida,
Yeah.
right? So I left Thursday evening. I went to Miami and attended the legendary speaker training from Les Brown, the world
Mm.
renowned legendary speaker Les Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And it was such an amazing experience. Oh my God, I can't say enough how much I have learned, from the event. Like first day, we had like a lot of like speakers. Of course, we
Mm-hmm.
heard from him first, and then we had guest speakers who are even famous. So they just taught us how to craft our story or create a signature story that you can actually share whenever you get invited or you get booked for speaking engagements. And that is a very valuable training that I had. And at the end of the weekend, we got a certificate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually like a 12-week program.
What?
Yes. So we get like live calls with
Mm-hmm.
Les Brown
Is
himself.
that the start or is just the beginning?
Well, it's supposed to be like it should be the end, but then since this live event is already there and we had an opportunity to actually speak for 3 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
so they went ahead and gave us our certificate, but we still have to continue the course with Mr. Les Brown. Every Wednesday, we have a live call with him.
Wow.
Yes. And oh my God, I have listened to like really, really great speakers, like legendary
Mm-hmm.
speakers. And the stories are just unbelievable. How people are being called to do something greater than themselves. And I was just in awe of all the speakers. And I'm gonna share more about that later.
Sure.
I think we have to go for a short break.
Yeah, let's do
Yes,
it.
yes. So let's go for a short break and we'll be back. Right? Okay.
Or we could just keep talking. In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories, from elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits. I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create. All
All
right.
right, we're back.
So before we move on with like all the experiences we've had this past weekend, when did it start? When were you like interested in like being a motivational speaker, public speaker, like even just listening to these people?
Well, actually, I think we're gonna go deep in this.
Oh yeah, let's do
We're
it.
gonna go deep in this. You're gonna have a glimpse of who MJ is.
Oh,
Yes. Well, well, to be honest, as I think I've shared like shortly before that if I had not become a nurse, I would have become a speaker or broadcaster or journalist.
mm,
Because growing up, I was in public speaking. I cannot forget like first day like of school, or it was like how in the Philippines we always sing the national anthem,
mm,
right?
mm-hmm.
And then all the students gather and then we raise the flag while we're singing and all that. And I was in first grade, so which means I was like 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wearing this balintawak dress, our national costume.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was like,
And it was just a regular day.
yes. And
What?
then they made me. Okay, I went after the national anthem. I went on stage or in the how you have stairs
Mm-hmm.
going up to the classroom.
Yeah.
So I was there on top of the stair and I had to recite a poem for the whole like from
Wow.
first grade to sixth grade.
Do
That's
you
how it
remember
is.
what poem?
No, I forgot. But I had a poem that I used to recite also every time my aunt would bring me to like visit friends or family and all that.
Oh, you're an
They,
entertainer.
I was okay. So they would always ask me to recite a poem. I'm gonna recite it in Tagalog because it sounds cute in
Mm-hmm.
Tagalog,
Go,
right?
go.
Okay, so I would say, ako'y tutula, mahabang mahaba. Ako'y uupo, tapos na po. That
Wow.
was
Very profound.
you
So
know,
much
well,
meaning.
let's translate it in English.
Yeah, basically she said, I have a poem that's very long and I'm gonna sit down and
No.
it's done.
Yes, I grew up like when I was little. But then the official public speaking I had was that when I was in first grade. And then since on, I mean, I'm not kidding. How like every year I would compete for the okay, inter-school first, and then you go to division, then you go to regional and all that, like
And it's the
oratorical
same poem.
speaking.
It's the same
No,
poem.
it's
Okay.
different. No, it's not the same poem. But I was a competitive orator growing
Mm.
up until I was in high school. So when I was graduating from high school, my teachers, my classmates, everybody was expecting that I would go into mass comm journalism, broadcasting, maybe law and all that, right? So I could use my talent or I could
Mm-hmm.
use my skill in speaking. But as I've said, my family was poor. I mean, literally, we were homeless. Like we didn't have a home that we can call our own. So I had to sacrifice that dream because we have relatives here in the United States, and they told me, Mary Jane, the only way we can help you to come to the US if you take up nursing. So
Mm.
I did switch. First, I went to UP College Baguio for mass comm journalism because I really wanted to be a broadcaster. But because of my relatives, saying that they could not help me, of course, we can't come here as a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. So I switched. I went back to my hometown and pursued Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. So, and the rest was history. But still, when I was in college, I was still competing as an orator.
Wow.
Yeah, in fact, I reached as far as the national competition.
What?
Yes, yes. So that's
And you were a nursing student.
yes, I was a
Nah.
nursing student, but I was competing. Yeah,
And
I
you're
was
still doing your
representing.
passion. Wow,
Yes,
I
I
like
was
that.
representing our school for
Mm-hmm.
oratorical competitions.
Wow.
Yes. So that's the history of my being a speaker. So when I came to the United States, of course, I had to focus on what my family needed, and I had my kids already. So, but still, though, all throughout those years, I had the opportunity to still speak because I would host events. Even when we were in Lubbock, I would host
What?
events for the
Wow.
community. And then when I moved here in Houston, the same thing. And if
Mhm.
you remember,
Yeah, that's how we met.
if you remember, yeah, then became a reporter for Pinoy Houston TV and became a co-host for Pinoy Houston TV until I became the host
Mhm.
and until the
So it
show.
never like you never like put it aside. It was still
Mhm.
there in the back of your head, or you were still
Yes.
doing it technically, even not professionally, but you're still doing it.
Yes, and I enjoy doing it because even
Mm.
if it's just a volunteer, like, thing for me, I don't care. I mean, I
Mm.
love doing it. It doesn't matter. It's like they say, if you are willing to serve, I mean, others will follow. I mean, it will eventually, people monetize this.
Mhm.
No, I mean, literally, people monetize their speaking. They
Mhm.
get paid a lot when they get booked for speaking engagements. They really are getting paid a lot. But for me, it was just like, because it's my passion, I really just want to share my
Mm.
talent. Like, people would need, like in Lubbock, they would need someone to host like an event. I would volunteer. I don't, yeah,
Wow.
because I want to do it. I love doing it. And then even when I came here, that's what I'm still doing, right?
Mhm.
It's not for the money or anything like that. It's just living your dream. And
Mm.
that's the essence of us having our, all of us, we have some things in us that we probably have not even tapped, that we have to unleash, and that we just have to be willing to do it. So other than doing this for free, which I love doing, I really enjoy it.
I mean, but if you
I
want to sponsor us, that's also good. I will take it. Even if she doesn't take it, I'll take it
but
for her.
I also have been attending professional training.
Mm.
I have invested like good amount of money for my growth in this realm or in this area of my life. Like, I've attended John Maxwell National Certification back, I think that was 2016 or 2017. So I have a national certification with John Maxwell. So I have his materials. In fact, during that time when I did that, I I joined their competition because
Wow.
before the event, they had like people prepare like speeches and all that, and they had a competition. I reached I reached the quarterfinals,
Wow.
which I still had the opportunity to speak on stage, but in a smaller stage in Orlando. That was in Orlando before then. And then the final stage, that's when the final program and all that, there were final winners, but I was a quarter finalist, which,
That's a lot. I mean, that's
yes,
a lot.
yeah,
If you
I
watch
know.
sports, like quarterfinals is like on the top.
So I was like, oh my god, yeah, I was just so happy to be on stage. And I've also done Ted McGrath
Mm.
Message to Millions program. I've done David Mayer's program. I've been to Orlando twice for that, yeah, because David
Wow.
Mayer and John Maxwell were both in Orlando, Florida. And then this last Les Brown's legendary speakers training was in Miami, Florida. So yeah, I've invested in myself. I've
Mm.
been growing, and I'm just so ready. I mean, it's like, I know that whatever I've done in the past, like, all those were just learning experience. All the materials that I have, I am now able to actually put them into use. And
Oh
then
yeah.
I can actually create a program, a course that will help people. And that's my goal. Because I know we all have like hidden talents, abilities. We have not even maximized our potentials. And I believe, as Les Brown says, we have something special in us. We all have some greatness in us. And I believe that 100% from the bottom of my heart. So I'm here to help our viewers or anybody who really want to tap their maximum potential. Yes. Oh my.
I
Okay.
like I like it when you said oh, we have comments.
Yes, yes.
Good evening, watching from the Philippines from Mark Harlow Daseco. Hello, Mark. And we
Hey,
have Dr. Carly here. Good
yay.
evening, MJ. Ikaw lang just MJ. Okay, I guess we're not friends, Dr. Carly.
he's joking. Hi, Dr. Carly. Yeah, I talked to her earlier and she's so
Oh,
excited. We're gonna have a show with Dr.
watch
Carly in the
out.
future. Watch
Yeah.
out for that.
And
Yes.
from Ruby Vergara. Good evening, Texas. Watching from the Philippines.
All
All
right,
right.
Ruby. Good evening. Yeah, what were you saying something or do you have
No,
any?
yeah, I was just saying like I like how you wanna unleash people's hidden talents because
Mhm.
I feel like mine is still hidden. Like magaling magtago, eh. It's still very hidden. It won't come out. I've tried everything.
Okay, so Dr. Carly said, "Good evening,
Oh, there you
Christian," with
go.
a heart
Hi,
emoji.
Dr.
Hi,
Carly.
Dr.
Thank you.
Carly. Yes. So I mean, it's just an amazing experience when you actually try to listen to that small voice within you that says there is greatness in you. Because
Mm.
I believe that 100%. My talk was about calling, you
Like a
know?
phone call, like
So, you know what?
I don't answer phones. Mostly they're scams. Like
Yeah,
if it's
but
unknown caller, I don't
Christian,
I
you
don't
have to
answer.
answer to your calling. You have to commit to your calling. And that's what I did. I also remember when I
Mm.
was younger, like first day of school, I cannot ever forget this. And maybe this is the reason why I've been like all my life, I've just been so focused on moving to the next level. Like how I really dreamed about improving my family's future because we
Mm-hmm.
were so poor. So I don't forget when I first started school, like one of my teachers, so they asked me, "So what's your name?" And I introduced my name is Mary Jane Versosa po. And then they say, "Oh, so you are a Versosa." Yes po. And then they said, "You know what, Versosas, you were like the richest people in our town you
Wow.
during your great grandfather's time." And they told me, "You will bring back the prestige of Versosas in Batak." It was
Wow.
like I was given that responsibility.
With great power.
And little did I know, with with my young mind, because I was young, I was like grade for first grade, it's like 7 year
Mm-hmm.
old.
Wow.
Little did I know that I really needed that. So somebody spoke to me how I should live my life. And I think I really made it my mission.
It became a prophecy, like a
Yeah, yeah,
self-fulfilling prophecy.
yeah. It became my mission because it's like all through the struggles. Oh my God, you don't even believe how hard, how difficult life was. But behind, maybe deep inside of me, I wanted to fulfill that responsibility. But also, I think the one thing that kept me going, as I have shared also in my speech, I want to quote Jeremiah 29:11. We're not
Oh.
being religious, but I just want to share with you because this has guided me all through the years up until now. Jeremiah 29:11 says, and we just had Easter, so we should really give credit to God because
Mm.
we were just redeemed from all our sins. But Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." And that is my life scripture. So that's what kept me going all through the struggles, all through the pain. Literally, when I say that we didn't have a home we can call home, yes, we didn't have a place we can call our own. We were literally homeless. We lived in like relatives' houses. I'm not kidding. We probably moved like 5 times all throughout up until I graduated in college. And it's just recent that we actually built like a family home
Mm.
so yes, my life has been that, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, because when we actually acknowledge where we're at, we know where we're going.
Exactly.
Because if we don't know and we just live in this, like, what do you call this, is this world that we create in our mind that's
Mm.
not real, then we'll never realize where we're at, we'll never realize what we're capable of. So the first thing is really have to acknowledge where we're at in this life, and then we can move forward.
Mm. That's true.
Yes, yes,
You know what? Dr. Carly agrees. There you go.
yes,
With
yes.
some
Thank you,
handsome
Dr.
emoji.
Carly. Thank you. I think we need to go on another break.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Take a break. Drink some water.
Yeah, we need to go on a break. So we'll be back again. We're getting so excited here. Okay, we're back. We were
All
just
right.
chatting, having fun here, but we
I
have a
feel like we
question.
have more fun during the breaks than the
Yes,
actual
sometimes we
show.
get caught in the, like, anyways. There's a question from NJ Bakani. Christian, I want you to answer this first, okay? If you had the power to change any aspect of your life, what would you choose to change?
Wow. I
That's so
feel like,
profound.
I mean, I've been working on myself like even before this. So I feel like I've been trying to change, but mostly I feel like I want to be more disciplined and more also motivated to do stuff. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's not like a magic wand where it's like it just happens. You have to work on it, and sometimes you'll fail sometimes, but what's important is you try to get back on it and stuff. So yeah.
That's right. Well, if you ask me,
Yes, I was
okay.
gonna ask you, but okay, sige na nga, sige na.
Well, if you ask me, for me, I've always said that I wouldn't change anything that transpired in my life,
Mm,
because all those experiences, good or bad, had made me the person that I am now.
wow.
Yes. I just want to share, in that event that I went to, there's this person, he is so inspiring. He was born with some congenital problem in his spine, that he stopped moving, or he couldn't walk at the age of 22. Now he's like on his 40s, and he's wheelchair bound, but that did not stop him from, like, pursuing his passion. Now he's an author, he's a speaker, he travels all over the world to motivate, inspire people. He has a book. Its title is like, Your Struggles Do Not Have to Be Your Standard.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yes, your struggles don't have to be your standard. And also, Les Brown says you've got to be hungry.
I'm always hungry, so
Yeah,
that's
to
good.
win. Like,
Oh,
you
to me.
have to
Okay.
have that hunger in you to get better, to grow, and all that. Actually, hungry is like an acronym.
Oh,
I
okay.
started reading his book. It's entitled Hungry, and H stands for heart centered.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. When you operate with your heart, And man, you can do so much because it just shows, how much you care, how much you love your, you know, others, your family, your friends. So you have to be heart centered. You is unstoppable or unshakable faith.
Hmm.
Yes.
Like faith in God or just faith in
Yes, just
yourself or
faith in everything, especially with our creator, unshakable faith that no matter what happens, because these people had gone through so many things in their lives, or people had gone through divorce, who had, overcome cancer, and a lot of different stuff that happened in their lives. So but with their unshakable faith, they didn't give up, right? And then N is like now, like act now with urgency. If you have a dream, if you have a plan, if you have a goal that you've been wanting to do, and that you just keep putting it off and procrastinating, no, you have to act now, right now. So that's the N. And then G is like grow continuously. Yes, we have to grow continuously. Because otherwise, if you stop growing, then there's no progress, right? So we have to be hungry for growth. Just like now, as I said, since I've attended that becoming unstoppable event, I've just been continuously growing myself. I'm
mm,
I'm watching like podcasts. I'm starting to read books, and I mean, to be honest, truthfully, when I was in school, I went through my school stuff with lectures. I mean, I
mm-hmm,
wasn't like a book reader.
mm,
Yeah, but now I'm reading books and I'm really enjoying it, because that's how we grow. I mean, we expand our knowledge, we expand our skills. Life is continuous growing. Even the gurus and the best people, like smartest people in the world, they grow, they continuously seek to grow, right? And then R is relationship impact. You have to be around people that will help you become better.
wow.
Yes, because there are people in your lives maybe that are stopping our growth, that are not we can in a relationship,
Mention them. Who are they?
now in a relationship, you have to become a better person. If you're growing in your relationship, then that is a good relationship. One thing that I've heard too is, like, they say, if you always hang around with like six what do you call this, six broken people, then you'll be the seventh
Well,
one.
well, I'm one of them.
No,
So
but I mean, in there's so many things, there are many aspects of relationships. But yeah, impact of relationships. And why is yes, Lord.
oh, I
Yes,
thought it was
like
just like
yes.
hunger. It's
Hungry,
hungry.
yeah. So yes, like yes, say yes to your calling, say yes to that small voice in that's been telling you, yes, you can be a great speaker, you can be an entrepreneur, you might want to be a musician, you might want to be an actress, you might want to be a philanthropist, you might
Mm,
want to be, there might be something that you want to do that you just don't want to say yes. But if you say yes, then you'll do everything in your power to learn and to grow, and just yes, you have to be hungry for your
nice.
dream.
I'm
And
hungry for sure.
so that's how we actually can fulfill a destiny, and we have to claim that birthright to greatness. We all have greatness in us. Just Les Brown says, you have something special. Christian, you have something special.
Yeah, I don't know where
I'll
it is. I
leave.
lost it. I've been looking for it everywhere. But you know what? While we're talking about this,
Uh-huh.
let's show some photos, and then we have a special surprise after.
All right.
So what's this? So is this your
This
friend
Yes, there's some. His name is Richie. He's one of the guys
Richie?
that I've met in the event.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and there should be more there. That's him. His name is Jose Flores. He's the one I was telling you about. Like at the age of 22, he couldn't move, he couldn't walk. So now he's a renowned speaker. He travels all over the world. He has his own book. He has his merchandise. I bought his book.
Mm,
So imagine what you can do. I mean, even him, his disability did not stop him from pursuing his calling, from pursuing his dream. Yes.
Yeah, I
And there's
mean,
more.
there's a lot of people who can move but don't
Mm-hmm.
do
And
anything,
this is
right?
Sharon. She's a life coach.
Mhm.
Hi, Sharon. Thank you so much. And she was so kind enough. And then this is Tanya, and of course, this is Mr. Les Brown. He's the
Oh,
legendary speaker, Les Brown.
nice.
Yes. And then this is Tanya. See, I'm trying to remember all their name. I'm actually
Uh,
applying Jim Quick's you know
how to
yeah,
remember
how to, and this
names?
is Carlos. He's one of the staff of Les Brown, and that's just me,
One of the
saying,
future stars.
yes. And this is, oh, I think her name is Sandra. Wait. Wait, anyway, she's on and this is Sabrina. Yeah, see, it was, and this is Rudy.
So
He's a
much. And all
marketer.
the fits.
Yeah, Rudy. He's a marketer. He's famous. And that when Mr.
And that's the
Brown was
book.
like signing the book that I bought, You've Got to Be Hungry. Yeah, and that's
Wow.
him.
I'm gonna wear that next
And this is
episode.
a star. Oh my gosh, her story was so powerful. She's a lawyer, and her story was just, I was teary-eyed when I was listening to her when she was sharing to us her story. And that's Jose again. I bought his merchandise. I won't stop until I win.
Ooh.
Yes. I won't stop until I win.
All
Yes,
right.
yes. So we gotta keep going.
Well, you
Yeah.
wanna keep going with the episode?
Okay,
All
there
right.
you go.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
We have a special guest.
We do?
Yeah, yeah. She
That's
just
nice.
got online, so let's have her on the screen.
All right. Let's go. That's amazing.
Hi.
Hi, Tina. We're so
Hi.
glad you made it. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So how are you doing?
Oh, very hectic. How are you? I'm enjoying your conversation. You're tit for tat.
Yes, yes, thank you. But we want to learn more about you though. So how's the, I know you're trying to, campaign and all that. How is it going?
It's going okay. Um, there's a lot to do, a lot to learn. I'm doing this for the first time, and it's challenging, but surprisingly, I'm enjoying myself.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How can I ask, like, oh, for because like also haven't done this. We have like I don't know if Ate MJ has plans to run for office, but like, what have you learned? Like, what have you been learning that you haven't before you run for office? It's like, are you learning something new every time, or like you meet
Oh
someone else?
yes, yes. I've been like you. We've been working with the community for so long. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that people remember the work that we do. That's a very pleasant surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So they seem to be appreciative of the work that we have done in the past. And that's one. The other thing is, I'm learning how to use the word I. When you
Mm-hmm.
campaign, apparently you have to use the word I. And that's
Mm-hmm.
difficult for me because it's always we. So when
Mm-hmm.
I did my campaign kickoff, which is something I didn't even know I had to do, is that I had to qualify that the word I is a collective I.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I want to make sure that people understand that when I say I'm not discounting all the contributions they did because there's nothing I could do by myself. It's
Mm-hmm.
always a team. So there, and then procedures for campaigning, and
Yeah.
that's something different every day.
Wow, I like the concept of like your concept of I, because
Mm-hmm.
it's like you are a representative, so it's like you as like an individual, it's representing a lot of people. So when you say I guess like it's a practice to like imagine like your constituents, like all the people who believe in you,
Mm-hmm.
and like basically you embody them, right?
Yes, yes, and that's true. Whatever you've done for the community, they remember it because all those times you were building your credibility. Yeah. So
Without
now,
realizing.
yes, yes, and that's why that whenever we do for the community, it's not, we're not doing it for ourselves, right? But we're doing it for them. So when the opportune time comes, they will realize that yes, you have served them, you have done these things, and you are credible, and they were, and we really hope you're gonna win. Yeah. So when is its election?
Mine is May the 5th, which is very fast. It's
Mm-hmm.
very fast.
Oh wow.
I made my decision about 8 weeks ago, and here I am. And in about 6 weeks, in less than 6 weeks, we're going to have the results. So it's going to be very, very hectic in the next few weeks, too.
I'm excited for you because uh before we did some work about like encouraging Asian Americans to vote, because like the little known fact, like even just, I guess like here in Houston, uh Asians are one of the like
Least represented.
yes, but also we pay the most taxes among
Oh
people.
yeah.
It's not like it's a competition, but if you pay taxes, register to vote because like you're wasting your right like that you paid for, that our ancestors fought for, that people like Miss Serena
Mm-hmm.
like fight for. So like yeah, if you're Asian and register to vote and actually vote, like you don't we're not telling you who to vote for, but at least like practice your right to vote, right?
Yes, yes, you have to exercise
Mm-hmm.
exercise your right to vote, so you are represented in the community. And we are so proud of you, Miss Rowena, for representing, of course, the Filipino American community. And so how is your family like
Mm,
handling this? I mean,
good
their
question.
support and everything.
They're very calm about it, surprisingly. They're taking it in stride. So
Mhm.
my family is not political in terms of running for elections and stuff, but they have an awareness of the need for representation. So they get it. And this is politics is not something I ever thought I would be involved in. But the beauty of city election is that it's nonpartisan. So
Mhm.
this one I like. It's all about service. Like they said, a pothole is a pothole. The pothole doesn't care if it's red or blue.
Yeah.
It just needs to be fixed. So that's what I enjoy most about running for city council.
Mhm.
And can you remind us and our viewers, like, what's, I guess, like, if there's one moment that made it clear to you that you should run for office, what is it?
Actually, it's a conversation with Gary. Actually, if you're with Gary Ilagan, he was
Yeah.
actually the first person I called when I started thinking about this. Because for years I've been trying to get people to run,
Mhm.
and sometimes they think about it, sometimes they don't. From the Asian and the Filipino community, and then somebody threw it back at me when they called again because they called in the past, and I normally would say no. And they said, you've been pushing people to do it, and you don't. Now you have an opportunity and you're not doing it. So I thought about it and I called Gary and I talked to him about the pros and the cons. And we discussed that in a bit. And finally I said, Gary, forget what I need and what I want. Is this
Mhm.
going to be good for our community? And he said, absolutely. So here I am. So I want to make sure that I not just to be represented, not just that I represent, but that I call everyone, you, including yourselves, the both of you, if there is a chance to represent the Filipino community and the Asian community in a political platform, let's just do it because our voice need to be heard. We need to represent our own people. So that's a conversation I had with Gary, and it was a very inspiring conversation that I had with him.
Well,
Wow.
I'm never talking to Gary. He might convince me to also.
He doesn't know I'm saying this, but we love him. Yeah.
Yeah, Christian. He's so funny, Miss Rowena. He always makes,
Yeah, I mean, I
jokes.
love I
Yeah,
love
and I
Tito
love it.
Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
me too. I'm not gonna talk to God. I'm just kidding.
but
But
I
yeah.
also want to say, like, you were reading your background earlier, and it's like you have a background in like hospitality and also education. You run like a uh like uh like educational centers, right? So I feel like yeah, that's a lot of Texas's need
Mm-hmm.
is like education, and like I feel like that's one of your priorities. And yeah, like that's awesome. Like I guess also I want to ask you personally, what are your priorities?
Priorities actually, amazingly, education is part of school board, so it's not city.
Mhm.
So the
Mm-hmm.
school board decides on the education part of it, but we partner with the school board and make sure we provide them with the resources they need. But the city, my priorities, actually safety is important. What most people don't know is my father worked for the police department until he retired. And it
Mm-hmm.
just so happened that I married my late husband. His father was police chief in Ohio, Youngstown, Ohio. So I have that experience of knowing what it's like to be in a family wherein there is police. So safety is very important to me. So the top three, I guess, would be safety. Um, Infrastructure is part of it, but more of something that's very unique to the city I'm running with. So the infrastructure becomes part of us being landlocked. And the other one is the advocacy, because you have to advocate for your constituents and for all the people who probably need it, the fire, the police, the the homeless. We have a lot of those, and we need to be able to advocate for them.
Yes.
Wow, wow. Yeah, you are truly, truly going to be a blessing for the community that you're going to represent. So we really are rooting for you. And do you have like a mantra?
Oh.
What's your mantra that's guiding you all through the process?
We've been thinking about something, but really what I have is inclusive leadership, better neighborhoods, stronger communities.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe in neighborhoods. Um, One of the things that I really like in the past is I've been approached by friends and neighbors from both parties. And at the city level, I really don't look at parties anymore. I just look at them as friends who need support and who could properly represent us. So community is important. So inclusive leadership, that's
Mm-hmm.
because we can represent, we Filipinos have
Mhm.
the ability to build rapport across various ethnicities. We're very good at that. And then, of course, betterment of our communities and our neighborhoods. And that includes all the safety, the infrastructure, and all that.
Wow.
I love it. You know what? I was having a conversation. It was like a group conversation with like a lot of artists here in
Mm-hmm.
Houston. There's
Mm-hmm.
like black artists in there. There's like Latinx artists in there, and Asians, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? That's right. Like I feel like we could relate to like a lot of like minority groups. Like, and there's
Yes.
like this
Mm-hmm.
African American in there, and she was talking about how she feels safe around Filipinos and the Asians in our group, and she was telling it to her husband, and he said like, oh, because they're black too, like Filipinos, because we do have Filipinos who uh
Yeah.
who have darker complexions, have curly hair, and they're also underrepresented. And then like some
Yeah.
people call us like Latinos of Asia, and
Yeah.
like because we have the same experiences as these people. So I feel like it is a very good representation of
Yeah,
like what we are.
inclusivity, because we are all integral part of the community.
Hmm.
And yeah, and we are just so grateful that even with your very, very busy schedule, that you actually made it. We made it to the show. And we just would like to ask your like final, like any encouragement or inspiration that you can tell our viewers.
There are people in the community who needs our support. These are people who are running. Find them and reach out to them and support them. In Houston, you have a lot, so find them and support them. They need us to help them represent us. It goes both ways.
Yes, yes. Well, we thank you again, Miss Rowena. We're gonna wrap up now. So we are really grateful for your time. Wish that
Thank you.
next time maybe we'll have more time, and but we're gonna let you just focus now on what you're supposed to be doing. But we are praying for your success in everything that you do, in all your endeavors, especially in this new segment of your life or chapter of your life where you want to serve the community at large.
And I guess like let's ask, how do we contact you, or how
Oh,
do
yes.
constituents contact you if
Okay.
they want
I
suggest?
Yeah. I have a website, Waters for Place 7. That's Watters, the number 4, PLACE7.com. Oh, thank you. You got it there. Waters for Place 7.com.
All right. So don't forget waters4place.7.com. If you want to support Miss Rowena Watters, go to her website. Yes.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, Miss Rowena.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
right.
And
Oh
it's
my God,
that
I'm glad
time.
she made it.
I know.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah. If you're
yes.
still listening, please take care of yourself and yeah, rest well.
Yes, yes. Yeah, don't forget to rest well. I know it can be very hectic and it can affect your health and your
We need
physical
we need her
stability. So
healthy.
so yes, rest well while you're going through this very busy time of your
Mm-hmm.
life. So anyway, we again thank our viewers. We are so glad that you joined us tonight. And of course, we're going to go and draw the winner of our game. So let's
All
see.
right. Woo. You see our logo in there? Nice.
Yeah.
Ruby
Wow.
Vergara.
Yay!
All
Congratulations,
right.
Ruby Vergara from the
We
Philippines.
will contact you for your
Yes.
prize.
Yes.
All
All
right.
right, Christian. I think it has been a really fruitful night, and we did really hopefully had our viewers enjoy and learn from our guest, Mr. Rowena Watters, and from whatever we talked about
Oh
tonight.
yeah. It's all
And-
always feels so short.
yes.
But that's
I
why
know.
we have next episode. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So watch out for our next episode on Monday with the Adobo Queen, Tita Lumen, or
All
Nancy
right.
Lumen. So watch out for next Monday, again, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 a.m. Philippine time. Thank you, everyone. And Christian,
We'll see you again at
be bold.
Why Not?
Bye bye now.